Aloha and welcome to CM400C Masterclass Visual Design for Mobile Apps. In this class, you will participate in advanced coursework in visual design by thinking about user-centered design of existing mobile applications. Additionally, students will participate in the design of a new mobile application while learning programming basics as it relates to user interaction, visual design, wireframing, and prototyping. Towards the end of the course, you will create your first app prototype and bring your user-centered and interactive designs to life. This year, I'm excited to release an updated curriculum that is current with industry standard practices that will provide you with the experience you need to jump into a personal or professional project in mobile design. Wishing you the best this semester. Let's get started. Please do not hesitate to email me at any time regarding the course.
My online office hours are scheduled for Mondays from 1 to 2 p.m.
If you cannot make the regular online office hours, please feel free to schedule an appointment with me via email, and we can find another time to meet online or in person. But regardless of whether or not we will meet in person or online, please email me ahead of time so that we can coordinate an online conference during the online office hours. Here's a snapshot of the course lectures and assignments. Some of the course content will be delivered via lecture videos that I produce and a selection of other online videos on specific topics. I've designed the course to be content rich in the first half of the semester and allow more time for project work in the second half of the semester. You will be working on 3 projects this semester. In the first project, you will solidify your understanding of user interface design and understanding user experiences. In projects 2 and 3, you will engage in the mobile design process and work your way towards creating a mobile design prototype. In this class, you will have 6 assignments. These assignments are not difficult, and the aim is to prepare you for the project work and provide you with experience in user-centered mobile app design. As part of learning the mobile design process, you will provide a critique for one of your classmates. This critique is intended to help you better understand your design process as well as how to provide constructive feedback. And last but not least, my hope is that visual designing for mobile apps will be fun. So be ready to work hard and embrace your creativity. Pictured here is the required textbook for this course, Interactive Design. This book is available for purchase at the UH West Oahu bookstore. By now, you should have received an email from me with a table that lists required weekly readings. Please note you will also have online articles as part of your required reading for this class. Here's a list of course supplies and equipment. You will need a notebook or sketchbook for jotting down visual design ideas, access to a computer. If you do not have one, please review the link I sent to you via email for E139 lab hours for this semester. Please note, in order to use the lab, you will need to fill out a student verification form to have access to this computer lab. Please let me know if you need access and I will email you the form. You will also need to purchase the required textbook, and you may need access to a printer and scanner for completing and submitting assignments for this class. Here's a quick glance at course topics for the first half of the semester. And here are the topics for the second half of the semester. I want to end this introductory presentation by sharing my journey of becoming a mobile app developer with you. As you may or may not know, I was a developer on the Local IA app and the Trippin Chicago app. You can find it on the App Store and download it now if you would like. Believe it or not, my professional background for the most part has been in marine conservation. However, in early 2010, it took an interesting pivot when I became an intern on the data visualization team at NOAA. During my year-and-a-half internship, I primarily worked on an e-zine or electronic magazine featuring 14 scientists and conservation managers My project manager exposed me to computer programming, and I was instantly intrigued. At that moment, I knew that I wanted to become a computer programmer. There was also a mobile developer on the team, and he showed me about mobile app development. By late 2011, I had decided that I wanted to pursue my dream, and so I did. After years of work and some great friends, also gifted software engineers, I completed and submitted my first mobile app, Local IA, in October 2013. Then I moved to Chicago for a few months and worked with a team of developers and designers, and we submitted Trippin' Chicago to the App Store in May 2014. In the summer of 2016, we decided to work on the second version of the Local IA app and successfully submitted to the App Store in the summer of 2017. I'm hoping to start on a personal app project this year too. Here are the app icons for the Local IA app and Trippin Chicago app. In Hawaiian, Local IA means fish pond. Local means pond and ia means fish. The fish sketched in the Local IA app icon is the ama ama, which is one of the fish traditionally raised in fish ponds and regarded highly by ali'i or ancient Hawaiian royalty. The Trippin Chicago icon is a graphical representation of the bean Chicago. The bean Chicago is located in Chicago's Millennium Park and a tourist must see while visiting Chicago. In the next two slides, I provided video clips of both the Local IA app, version 1, and Trippin Chicago app for your review. Enjoy. I want to begin this demo by telling you a little bit about our icon. The fish that appears on the app icon is a moi, which traditionally is one type of fish commonly reared in Hawaiian fish ponds. Now let's launch into the Local IA app. As you can see, when the app launches, the screen opens up with an aerial view of He'ia Fish Pond. There are 4 core areas of the Local IA app. You can access the walking tour using the left button, find out more information about the app using the About button, and learn and access more sites of interest at He'ia Fish Pond using the Virtual Tour button. If you look to the bottom of the screen, you will see the tab bar. The tab bar gives users access to My Local IA, or the launch screen, an introduction to primary productivity, all fish pond data maps, and access and further information on fish pond science. Now let's enter the walking tour. As you can see, the walking tour features 5 sites. The Start button takes users to a view that provides information on the built-in features and functionalities of this app. The Unlock Sites button allows users to unlock all the site buttons, because in the final version of this app, all the site buttons will appear disabled every time it launches. By providing the Unlock Sites button, we give users the option to access the walking tour even when they are not at the fish pond. If you are engaged in the walking tour at the fish pond, here's what you would expect. As you approach the site, a dialog box will appear that reads View Site X. Right now, this feature is not completed in this version. We are incorporating this core location service so that the app assists the users in locating the exact location of each site along the walking tour. Each site view provides users with information on the site, access to site-specific audio, as well as science information that is site-specific via the Site Science button. Now let's take a look at Site Science for Site 1. In the case of Site 1, macroalgae is the featured science topic. In this section, you can view information on macroalgae, access data maps on macroalgae, if you press coverage at Site 1, the view provides users with the same maps, but if you notice, only Site 1 is marked. Our scientists have also provided a brief discussion on what changes in macroalgal cover they observed specifically at this site. let's return to our launch screen using the tab bar. From here, we can access the virtual tour part of the app. As you can see, the virtual tour features 10 sites. The screen you see here gives users a bird's eye view of the site locations. The first 5 sites of the virtual tour are also featured in the walking tour. Sites 6 through 10, however, are not accessible via walking. Let's take a look at Site 7. All virtual tour site views provide a photo gallery of different images taken at each site. Additionally, in the audio view, users can pan through a captioned photo gallery that accompanies the audio recording. At this particular site, Hi'ile Kawelo shares the impacts that mangrove has had on the Kuapa, or fish pond wall. Lastly, I want to briefly take you through the different science tabs featured on our app. Let's start with the Primary Productivity tab. In this view, users get an introduction to primary productivity. The reason for providing this information is to give users some context to place the 5 science topics covered in the Data Maps and Fish Pond Science tabs. If we press the Data Maps tab, we see that the 5 science topics are macroalgae, microphytobenthos, phytoplankton, dissolved oxygen, and salinity. We've already looked at the macroalgae map, so let's take a look at the dissolved oxygen map. As you can see, 2 maps display changes in dissolved oxygen in the wet and dry season. Also built into this feature is the ability to zoom in and zoom out of the maps. Let's take a look at Fish Pond Science. Let's go back to the topic of macroalgae. If we press that cell, a view appears that provides general information about macroalgae. Additionally, you can access information on the scientific methods used in the collection of the Fish Pond Science data and learn more about overall patterns of macroalgae coverage at He'ia Fish Pond. The demo ends here, so mahalo nui for following along. I hope you enjoyed those 2 videos. Please feel free to contact me anytime via email should you have any questions pertaining to the course. Also, please take the time to review the course syllabus in detail and make sure you input all the due dates, all the assignment due dates into your calendar. I will post updates and announcements weekly, if not daily, in Laulima or via email. So please be sure to check your email and Laulima frequently during the semester. Have a great semester and aloha.